Welcome to part 4 of our 27-day adventure around Sri Lanka. So far we have seen elephants and leopards in the wild, visited ancient temples, climbed ancient fortresses, visited tea plantations, and taken one of the most amazing train journeys in the world. In this episode we explore Ella, renowned for the 9-arch bridge, incredible scenery and bustling town, and so much more. Like many people who come to Ella, we arrived by train. Our driver took our big cases in the car and met us at the station. We then checked into our hotel. Ella is extremely popular, so book early for good accommodation. Our hotel was called Shining Green View, and it was around $53 per night including breakfast. It was situated in the hills of Ella, so it was a small ride into town. It was really comfortable and had amazingly friendly staff and a great breakfast included. One of the main things to see in Ella is the 9-arch bridge. Some people may not realise that on the journey from Kandy to Ella, you don't actually pass over the 9-arch bridge. To do that, you must stay on the train to a station called Nuwara. So if that's something you want to do, make sure you book the correct ticket. It was the afternoon of our first day, so we decided to go straight to the bridge with our driver. It was great to finally be there. However, it was a sunny Sunday afternoon, so peak time for people visiting, both locals and visitors. We were expecting this, but we wanted to visit anyway, just to see it. We didn't stay too long as we wanted to get a good night's rest, as tomorrow we'll be climbing Little Adams Peak. We started early as daytime temperatures can rise quickly. The starting point for Little Adams Peak was about a 10-minute drive from Ella. In this area you can really start to see how tourism has progressed in Sri Lanka. There's modern signage to an adventure park, blended in with a track through a tea plantation. Climb is gentle to start with, and there are a couple of options of routes you can take. We chose the one that was described as normal, as we were concerned the scenic route might mean it was much harder. The normal climb does progressively get harder, but it's only around 2 kilometers and takes around 30 minutes to a lovely viewpoint. The viewpoint has a stunning 360-degree view across Ella. You are given path choices, some that go to different areas and look a little harder to climb. We were happy with where we arrived at and just took in the fantastic views. On the way back down, much to our delight, there was a coffee cart open, and the coffee was really good. We stopped for a break before going back to our hotel for showers and breakfast. Ella has a number of waterfalls dotted around its beautiful landscape. We didn't have enough time to explore them properly, but our driver took us to one that was easily accessible from the road. It was called Ravana Waterfall. The waterfall itself was amazing, stretching high up into the mountain. However, we had picked a very busy time, and it was filled with locals and visitors bathing and showering in the water. There was an abundance of monkeys that were also looking for snacks around the area. We stayed for a little bit and then headed off. Ella Town Centre is a bustling, busy strip of endless cafes and restaurants. There's something here for every taste, from great coffee to rice bowls, burgers and curries. You definitely won't go hungry in Ella. It's not particularly cheap due to the popularity of Ella, but shop around and you will find something within most budgets. To see the 9-arch bridge at a less busy time, we were up at 5 AM to take a tuk-tuk to the bridge. When we arrived, there was only a couple of people, including a local coconut guide delivering. It was really peaceful and more relaxing to explore and take photos. We made our way across the tracks up to a cafe on the hill that had great views of the train crossing the bridge. Another way to access the bridge was a walk from Ella Town Centre. It takes around 30 to 40 minutes and was fairly easy. This we'd recommend as well. The owners were so friendly. They knew all the train times and made us feel really welcome. We ordered teas and set up ready for the train. And of course, no location in Sri Lanka is complete without a couple of dogs roaming or snoozing nearby. The first train came from the south and we had a perfect view. I also had permission to fly my drone here. We enjoyed sitting at the cafe so much we waited for a second train as well. Wanting to make the most of the quiet time, we then went down and explored under the bridge. You have to be a little quiet and careful in this area, as it has been known that bees live under the bridge. It was definitely worth the early morning. It was such a great time to come and see the bridge and experience it in a whole new way. When exploring Ella, you might see a temple way up in the distance, especially at night as it's all lit up. We decided to go and see for ourselves what this temple was like. There was an extremely long and winding road that climbed steeply up to the temple, but once we were there we were amazed at just how stunning it was. Everything was beautifully decorated and in immaculate condition. It was surrounded in flowers and had incredible views. We were even treated to a nice sunset before the temple lit up. It's definitely a location we would recommend visiting. Next up in part 5 we are travelling back to the coast to see Arugam Bay, a famous surf town on the south coast. Here we explore the cafes, swim in the sea and stay at a renowned boutique hotel. We then travel on to Galle, an historic coastal town with an iconic lighthouse. Please like and subscribe and thanks for watching.